Alrighty, today I'm in Blender 3.6 and I'm going to show you my favorite render settings. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to render a single frame on the GPU. I'm running on a Mac M1 with the 24 core GPU. Alright, so we have a 43.23 second render. Now we're going to do the same thing on the CPU. Haven't changed any settings, still going to render. Alright, let's see how long this takes. It finished at 2 minutes and 41 seconds, and I just don't think that's gonna cut it. If I'm gonna be rendering a lot of frames, more than 2.5 minutes per frame is not gonna cut it. Are just gonna jump right into these settings. So here you go. Alright, we're gonna change the noise threshold to 0.5. Now we're definitely gonna wanna change the light path values, which I think are the most important part of this whole process. I always turn off reflective and refractive. Every single scene I use the same render settings. I can't seem to make them better. So I'm gonna turn all these down to 1. So I'm gonna keep them all at 1. Now we're gonna turn them down. 0, that didn't change anything in the scene. So we go to the next one, 0. The diffuse, if we turn that off, the shadows, because the ray tracing. I never use tiling, that's under the performance tab. Over here, I usually like to use 1440p resolution. Here's where I like to use the TIFF format. It's the best at compressing files, meaning that if you have a sequence of frames, so you're rendering on an animation, this will save faster. I usually do RGB and color depth 8. So let's see how it does. Gonna render this out on the CPU with the new settings. It took 22 seconds, 22.62 seconds versus 2 minutes and 41 seconds. That's all because of that noise threshold. We haven't even done a GPU render yet, but that should be faster. And with them all at 1 bounces, you'll see something a little bit surprising, because we know there is no transparent, there is no volume, there is no transmission, there is no glossy. So why would this render take 2 times as long? Alright, it is because the bounces, we're telling it to still look for those bounces, even though we know there are none. So it's still gonna ray trace for those bounces. I'll just recommend just do the minimum amount of bounces you possibly can. Now we're gonna do a GPU compute again, and we'll see how long this takes. 9.56 seconds. Now that is a good render time. That is something that I like to live by in cycles. Okay, this is a super simple scene. It has 10 vertices. Add a subdivision. I need to turn on my statistics here. Well, let's do it a little bit more. 11. We're gonna get the computer to get a little angry at us for a few seconds. Ah, nice. 25 million vertices. And it is done at 31 seconds. So that's still very decent. Like 31 seconds for a render at 50 million triangles. That's pretty good for me. Thank you all for watching. I hope this video is very informative and you get some great renders. I'm always looking for new inspiration. My Instagram is loganlap314. And my YouTube, well, you're watching my YouTube. If you have any renders that you like, I would love to see them. Alrighty, well thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.